Attention gamers. Imagine over a decade ago you made a game that's the best in its genre, but for years there have been systemic problems like win trading, boosting and smurfing that have gone noticed but ignored because development on the 16th Star Guardian Fist My Anime Anus skin line has been deemed a higher priority. What does that look like for those of us who play this game? Well, for the only authentic players on their main account in their main rank, trying to make an honest climate looks like a humiliating prison in their own fountain because a particular pirate who is CS on par with an LCS player plus a resume-worthy KDA has been hired to play in this Gold 4 ELO game by one of his micro-wiener teammates for a boost who you can guess is probably one of the morons running into fountain. So today I'm going to highlight how disgusting this behavior continues to be by showing two ridiculous examples of boosting from two accounts so that we can get some attention behind this bullshit, as this is ruining League for the true gamers out here, and us true gamers have to stick together. Which is why I want to talk about the best internet browser on the market for gamers, and I want to start by saying while I normally get sponsor shamed when I need to put food on the table, OperaX comes with nothing but rave reviews even from the typical haters in the comments, and here is why. The browser is incredibly customizable with everything from color to dark mode with the option to swap to light for any crazies out there who would want that, as well as background customizations, and one of my favorite features of the browser, the custom sounds, because I'm a simple man. When I hear I download and use Opera GX. But it also has a lot of built-in features like GX Control, where you can limit how much computer resources it uses so that you don't sacrifice framerate or quality in your games, plus network limiters to prevent you from lagging, which is a stark contrast to competitors where I open a fresh Chrome and for some reason my computer is saying it has over 30 damn things going on. Bruh. Lastly, in GX Corner you can see the latest games but also the latest videos from your favorite creators. #shameless plug. Aw, I'm blushing. So anyways, if this all sounds nice to you, that's great because you can get it for free by using my link below, and let's get back into the boosters. Alright, for starters, shout out to Groff on Twitter. Don't give a shit if I pronounce that wrong, but this dude found me these eternal virgins, and for that we are all thankful as we see Captain Jack Smurfing Sparrow celebrate his first birthday, drop a milk jug on the ground around into Spinny Ricky and then flash and slash to secure the first kill. Then on the way back to lane he spoils his identity as a smurf because he actually rotates to his jungler, while a real player in this ELO would be tabbed out, both hands down their pants, checking if today was the day they'd finally grow a penis. But long story short, he nabs one, and then Professor Heimerdinger proves that it was justified to get kicked off that nepotism council in Arcane with such greedy behavior. At this point Hector Barbosa looks to be content with popping his woodies all over hooded midget employees, but leave it to someone who plays Master Yi to look at the wave state against a champ with a trend ult and say, yeah, I will pop Ghost because this definitely won't result in 1Q giving me a boo-boo and causing me to run away, so chalk that one up to the average gank in my ELO. And then you see the counter approaching, and judging by his name I'm guessing he's looking for violence. So he comes in as Yi continues to have a PBS mind in an MTV world, but not to fear, we have someone hired to ruin games here. So Spinning Ricky pisses off, and then the Sped Jedi does some anus inspection at super speed with a few more sworded bats for the shutdown. Our pussy-less protagonist is now taking a big ass bite out of stone tits when Lord Sword Drag comes in eager to eat a barrel to the face, and I'm thinking he did have ult, but he also had the reflexes of someone who is naturally in this rank, and unfortunately playing League in your own ELO in this day and age is not a recipe for fun. But he opts to leave the statue up because bullying is fun, plus his intuition is telling him that a death fetish ghost shepherd was trying to deep throat a blue buff, so he shoves some shrapnel up his shithole only for the smite save of a century to extend this party all the way onto the immortal dance floor, where they all hit the Carlton together until the sweaty Jedi joins and people start dying, with Heimerdinger getting dicked and ultimately losing that round of tower defense as well. Then we see Landlubbers coming mid to make others wonder about his main rank, as you would think being more outnumbered than a young Riley Reid on a casting couch would be tragic, but he bitch slaps the brain before throwing some laxatives up into the sky and eating that sperm cloud goat in one bite. And if Spinny Ricky didn't have a timely undying orgasm, it would have probably been a tricorn themed hat trick.
This is a tricorn, I had to look it up too.
Then his little dumb shit children are running away wounded, so he's like, which rightfully gold ELO bully did this to you? And then he finds said spinning shitter and deals with him. Anyways, he's now doing his best impersonation of someone who's not allowed within 50 feet of schools when Little Miss Meninges comes in for a surprise, but oh no, the golden brain cell routine was not something he planned for when brushing his teeth this morning, so we see him scrambling a bit like an egg on a hot fry pan, just waiting to make his mark. His smurfing fed mark on these innocent loser league players until Ellen DeGeneres brings the party to him, but he stays calm. No fucking oranges are being eaten today because he can just burst them down faster. He is now cornered and stuck between a rock and a hard place, but fortunately that rock was Kindred's brain, so it's actually just a free double kill. Then what should have been a fun family day for the blue team taking a trip to sightsee that giant boner worm turns tragic as they are being left scattered and slaughtered with just the twinkle shit left to tell the tale of the Baron massacre to their grandkids one day, but unfortunately he gave up using pissy plants for Lent, so the ending of this story becomes embarrassing as he will go down as the one who died to a support. At this point the poor fellows on the other team are stuck competing with NPCs where there's a competition between their own red buff and themselves over who can get blown up faster. One barrel is doing 70% of that finger-fizzling blonde boy's health, and Mini Daniel the boosting buccaneer is now a death distributor with the catchphrase shrapnel straight to your shitholes, which ends this game the way the video started, with the people who are genuinely trying to climb in their own rank are getting the fountain fuck treatment, which went on for literal minutes before they were finally put out of their misery. So you have one account, Mini Daniel. But let's look at an even more ridiculous example featuring Mini John. The nickname I can only assume he was given the one time his pants were pulled down at that Virgins Anonymous meeting, but this time he was on a hyper carry jungler and things were about to get out of hand. Starting with a little flash bushwhack double hoppy parkour into get dicked combo before chasing down the Tryndamere with big cat balls hoping for a double but knowing it's not worth the dive, unlike some people who were born into a family of windshitters and honestly will never know better. But this kill was like the shot of Viagra into the reach 6 and perma-ult bot lane dick that he had fully erect. And the first game of Peekaboo was a wild success. He bought the clown shoes almost immediately so that he could go invisible more often, which was turning into a great strategy considering Yasuo's dumber brother wasn't exactly a people person. That said, he had a case of the inting idiots as his teammates in this one, so they were losing in the kill count and about to give up 2 more until he intercepted David Blaine's weekend hoe, and it turns out she's freaky all into tying people up and shit, but he's not into all that foreplay, so he snuck out and waited patiently with his floppy smurf dick in hand for the perfect opportunity to just fuck her quick and get out. His bot lane consisted of 2 of those people who make you wonder when Earth is going to say it's full enough and start denying admittance as he interrupts his rock collecting to hop on Beyblade Boy a few times for a shutdown. He now has 7 of his team's 8 kills, which means there's little point in waiting for the tit-sucking tandem who queued up bot, because a collective IQ of 4 isn't needed when he has all of these long weeds to play very violent variants of leapfrog until everyone else is forcefully done playing. Then he heads mid because the irony of taking someone who is known for their tricks of making rabbits disappear is the perfect audience for his trick of making a 300-pound murder cat reappear, and let's just say the trick knocked her dead. And based off of the KDAs in the bot lane, you can clearly see that they are repeatedly being evicted from the lane because they didn't pay their brain bill, so 1v2 scrap sessions for the boosting snagglepuss is apparently going to be the theme in this one. And I guess if you are rocking this meaty of a catcock with 15 of your team's 16 kills before 20 minutes, you can engage in staring contests with statues who don't typically lose them because your burst beats any little bitch who is trying to enjoy this game in their own elo. I mean, look at these poor shitters using up all their dashes and flashes in weird ass directions just to fall to the Bobcat bashes as he cashes in more gold to keep on with his smashes, as my enjoyment in rag crashes with boosting bullshit like this makes it so trash. And back to games of Peeping Tom waiting for his Jerry playing with tantrum tomatoes while he waits only for Penn and Teller's closet hooker to come learn of his presence, which wasn't exactly appreciated. His team is continuing to be like a group of unintelligent sign spinners without signs that the abortion clinic hired to advertise its services, and just when you think he suckled on the wrong teeth, he still nabs kill number 1 with room to regroup and think about how funny it'll be when he makes this moron moan, only to kill time with a scuttle slaughter before joining back in only once Spinny Ricky is done throwing a tantrum to finish him and the magic mommy off with ease. Hey, did you hear the one where a super fed boosting Rengar lost to a Tryndamere because Trynda ult is too OP? Yeah, neither did I. And just to show how insanely impactful boosters can be at games in this rank, please consider the fact that his team is literally 5-28 while seeing how not even that matters at this point because of a single player that should be in this game in the first place.